Hey YouTube, it is Skinny Nikki. I am coming from my bedroom this time, no more longer the dining room. I need a little area where I can talk a little louder. So I wanted to fill you in. Today I went to my psych evaluation, which is part of my requirements for my gastric sleeve gastrectomy. Um, I met with a psychologist, Dr. Hinkle here in San Mateo, or necessarily Burlingame. Very nice woman. It lasted for about an hour and a half. I got there at 3:30. My session ended at 5. I was able to fill out some documentations before going to the psych evaluation, so she had some information about me. But a lot of had to do with the questions that she was answering and how I was asking. Some questions that I want you to be aware of or ready to answer when you go for your psych evaluations is that they really want to hone down on when you noticed your weight gain and what it had to deal with. Whether it was a tragic, occurrence that happened in your childhood, maybe you were, obese, whether it was something that happened in your teenage years, how social you were, what happened in high school, then further on and so on. So I discussed with her some emotional tribulations that happened with my weight gain and how I've become today. And nonetheless, a lot of my answers had to do with a lot of personal things, but I'll go over some questions that she had for me that more than likely any evaluation will go over. Number one, trigger foods. This was a big one. She wanted to know what I ate for comfort food. For me, my comfort food, coming from the religion and the ethnicity that I'm in, for me, it's definitely white rice. Hands down, bottom line, white rice is my trigger food. It's my comfort food. I could eat a whole plate of it and then go in a food coma for the rest of the night. She wanted to know how social I was when I started to notice that I had some weight gain. So social, how popular, who you associated with, those are all really big questions as well. And of course, your current situation, who you're living with, how you're living, if you're overall happy with yourself at the given time. One question that I wasn't prepared for, however, I still feel I answered pretty well, was toward at the very end, she asked me about loose skin. And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't prepared for the question, but I have already put some thought into it after my, gastric sleeve procedure because I'm about 240. So naturally, after my weight gain and after a child, I am going to more than likely have some loose skin. But I told her, for the most part, I'm a heavy woman, and nonetheless, just like you get a scar from falling off your bike and cutting your leg, I have a scar from being overweight. And that loose skin, if I choose not to go through another medical procedure to get rid of it, it's just going to show my battle wounds. I'll probably have some on my arms because my arms are not in the very best condition. I'll have some on my stomach, maybe my legs, but for the most part, toning, weight strengthening, stretching, hopefully all of that will minimize the amount of loose skin that I have after my procedure. And it's definitely going to be something that I want to make sure I take care of throughout my weight loss and not try and lose all my weight and then all of a sudden start to exercise. That way I don't have a lot of it left over. But for the most part, if I have loose skin or I have anything left over as far as things that I can't necessarily tone, I don't really want to get rid of it. It is part of my body. It's going to show me where I've come from and how hard I had to work, what I had to go through in order to be as thin as I'm going to be, hopefully speaking. And it's going to be always be a part of my body. So I'm going to choose not. More than likely, I'm going to choose not to get rid of it or go through any other further procedures to have it removed. Now, again, that's just my personal decision. Other people who are much heavier who may have way more loose skin, they may choose to go otherwise because you're going to go and spend all this money, go through all this hard work to have the perfect body or, have a healthy body, and then you have all this extra loose skin over it. May not be best still for your self-esteem. But nonetheless, like I said, I wanted to let you know how my psych evaluation went, what kind of questions that she asked. If you have any questions for me in more detail, I can definitely go over that with you, but I wanted to kind of cut it short. Plus, I got a show to watch with my fiance, so got to tend to his needs. And like I said, that the consult or the evaluation took about an hour and a half of my time. And wasn't pretty as far as the amount. I spent $375 because it was not covered by my insurance. So big time downer there. Nonetheless, again, leave me comments, questions, concerns, posts, anything that you want to. I'm still trying to get used to this whole YouTube thing, so I'll do my best if I need to answer any of you back. Have a good night, YouTube. Bye.